This is your November 2022 soul story. If you have a sun rising or your moon is in the sign, then this is going to be your reading for the month ahead. If you are returning to the channel, thank you, I appreciate you. And if you're new, then welcome. I'm going to give you some key dates and intuitive messages to look out for. So we're into Scorpio season, and you're having the opportunity to road test this new version of you following your solar returns. And in Scorpio energy, there is this beautiful experience of reinvention and rebirth. And I have a sense that you're going to be coming out of the month with the feeling of, did that actually just happen? 9 of Pentacles is what we are welcoming your reading with. And you look like you are listening intently to what somebody has to say. And I think you would be well versed to do that, because there's some incredibly wise counsel that's going to land for you at some point through the month, and I think it can really help you to avoid the wrong path or getting involved in something that could end up getting incredibly complex and tricky, and that you'll wish you could extricate yourself from almost as soon as you've agreed or signed up to something. Of course, the urgency within Scorpio season to want to commit, to want to bond, to have that sense of sort of alignment and exclusivity is quite powerful. And even if you're not feeling it yourself, you're certainly going to have people sort of magnetically drawn towards you that seem to want a piece of you. Now, with the 9 of Coins, it's telling me that there's something about your energy, something about what you are radiating that is incredibly attractive to other people right now. You might have managed to get something sorted in your life, and it's almost like people are trying to figure out how you did that. They want a piece of that. They want to know and understand, and that doesn't always have to be negative, but it can get a little bit draining. You know, sometimes we have to recognize that peopling right now can be quite a tough job, especially when we have some who are willing to embrace the growth and to see and feel into the changes that are happening, to keep that optimistic vision about what happens next. We have many people who are trying to understand it, who do need help and support and to be guided and helped to navigate through this time. And then we have some who made the agreement at a soul level to stay stuck and chose to have that experience, which we don't need to have judgment over, but we do need to recognize. And so your ability to try to meet people where they are this month without losing yourself is going to be quite an interesting one to follow through with. Now, we've got a full moon eclipse energy coming in on the 8th of the month in Taurus, blood moon, very revelationary in nature. And so many parts of your life are going through this process of being disassembled. And there's a reminder, especially with Mars retrogrades in full flow now, right the way through till mid-January, that we can't force. We cannot force. We have to allow a degree of flow and to enter into that receptivity state. Now, Queen of Swords, which does represent your energy, I like her showing up here, puts you in an elevated position. She's been showing up a lot this month, and I think it's because she brings through that clarity of vision. She brings through that discernment. But also, if you see with the telescope here, she's seeing something coming down the line. And she's here to help prepare you for something, Libra. Now, that doesn't have to be fear-inducing. It's just from a practical perspective to ensure that you are getting really clear and tapping into that kind of cosmic heart space. Because for flow to be maintained in your life, your heart and your mind, they need to move as one. So you need to let your heart feel the strength and the faith and the trust and the connection to the divine. And as it resides there, then it allows the mind to feel safe and at ease. And you're being given the opportunity, you're being given the insight, you're being shown the lens of all of the ways that you can approach that and how you can do that. Now, the orb of influence of these eclipses can carry on for many weeks into months. And so the chaos that ensues. And remember, in Taurus and Scorpio axis, they're fixed signs, and so there's a great degree of tension that's felt, great degree of frustration added to that with Mars retrograde, where we feel like we're losing momentum or we're not gaining in the areas we anticipated. But you have strength coming through here, a reminder of the endurance and the ability to have the courage of your conviction here. And sometimes, Libra, the chaos is a blessing because it becomes a profound portal to healing, to the remembrance of who you are and your innate humanness, but also your ability to tap into the divine. And we have the 1111 portal coming in, which is such a beautiful gateway for change. It brings in that sense of oneness and balance, and it talks about your personal power and the way in which you are choosing to manifest. There's an invitation this month to have a more narrow focus, to get very clear on what it is that you want to project, knowing that the shadow aspect of yourself or your experiences are simply a detachment from that. So once they're explored, inevitably they should bring you back to a deeper state of wholeness. Now, with that 1111 portal, there's a strong emphasis around twin flame unions, karmic connections. And on the wider stage, there's experience right now of many soul contracts coming to a point of closure, especially family connected. The Strength card shows up here because, again, those experiences as parts of your life are going through this disassembling, this kind of breakdown. It can feel incredibly challenging. And especially if you're birthing this new version of yourself and you're feeling into maybe a little bit more of a stronger foundation about who you are, what you believe, what the kind of life you want to project, and then all around you just feels like it's in turmoil and chaos, and perhaps the people around you are in that state of mind as well. So how do you calibrate to your wholeness, to that abundance, to who you are and to how you want to represent yourself? You know, you have to keep dropping into that cosmic heart space. But that Strength card tells me that you're going to be given the inner resolve that you need to be able to manage what's going on around you. And I feel like there are people in your immediate circle close to you through the course of this month that, you know, are going to really test and challenge you. Because remember, in second house energy, it is about you showing and demonstrating your value. And remember, your value is never about your productivity, and Mars is really going to teach you that. So we have to learn how to value and appreciate and respect ourselves in so many different ways. Now the Emperor's coming in here, which is telling me you also need to get a new strategy implemented, even if it's not necessarily a time to initiate all the action. Remember, he's almost sitting back, reviewing, perceiving the unfoldings of everything. But he sits in a position of power. And your Nine of Pentacles and your Queen of Swords, all of these archetypal guides this month are showing me, Libra, that you can tap into that position of power for yourself. It's a state of mind. Yeah, it's a state of mind. So we may have significant influence coming in with a key divine masculine energy. This may be a partner or a husband or somebody you're doing business with, or perhaps representative of a bank or an institution. Again, I think the art of negotiation is going to be really important here. I've got somebody that's willing to listen. And if they're willing to listen, then you need to make sure that you're being totally upfront, honest and truthful about actually what you need. And remember, what we're seeing here is also about what's coming down the line. So don't opt for something that you think can get you a quick fix between now and next week, now and next month, now and the end of the year. You want to put something in place or agree to something that you know you're going to feel comfortable with way down the line. And that's why I'm saying it's important during this season that if you're going to commit or become intimately involved with somebody, professionally, romantically, platonically, however it shows up for you, that you are really aware of how that's going to impact you and the degree to which you're still going to be able to exercise your free will or allow for personal expansion. Okay, so keep that in mind. So as we move deeper into the month and we have this whole stellium of energy coming into Sagittarius, Venus is going to shift into the sign on the 15th, Mercury on the 17th, and then the sun on the 22nd. We've got a new moon coming in Sagittarius on the 23rd, the same day that Jupiter will then go direct, now back in Pisces as of October. Temperance energy says there's something beautifully healing around this, and I do feel that new moon is going to be quite auspicious. I always think there's a gift that comes when Jupiter shifts direct, but something might feel like just out of reach, so you sort of get the promise of it, or a little bit of a reveal, but there feels like there's perhaps still more work to do. And Temperance says there is a divine timing that's in place right now, and we do need to make sure that we are not moving to extremes. Again, it's a very important reminder during Mars retrograde, because you'll burn out fast. Your energy will drain more quickly than usual. But at the same time, let's look at the upsides of that. It gives you the opportunity to re-energize and reimagine areas of your life that perhaps have been on hold, or you've just never had the time or the inclination to really give any specific focus to. There's something about what happens between now and the end of the year where you can make incredible progress, and you can really find that ability to kind of shut out all of the white noise. That's important, by the way, because this Mars in retrograde Gemini can bring about this level of pettiness, this level of envy, backbiting, distracting you. And around that full moon, there's an opposition between Mercury and Uranus. So we get flooded with information, not all of it helpful, some of it very surprising. Remember, in Scorpio season, there's likely to be a lot of secrets that also come to light. So this full disclosure is coming through, but there's also this concealing, sort of slightly furtive quality to things as well. So it's like people are telling you what they want you to hear, and it's up to you to figure out, well, I know there's more to the story, but do I want to waste my time and energy to figure that out, or am I best placed just withdrawing, removing myself from that situation? So keep that in mind, because she's bringing about quite a peaceful state here. Even Strength card showing me a stillness and a quietness where everything that you need to access this month is coming from within you. And I go back to this sort of wise counsel, or this important message that I think is going to be relayed to you through the course of this month, that I really want you to pay attention, because again, I think that's going to help you to put a more robust strategy in place for yourself, and actually feel like you feel a little bit more empowered in a situation that could potentially have had you spinning out of control, or feeling like you were really losing the edge, or losing your sense of inner balance. Now, the King of Cups is coming through. He's been showing up a lot, or she, in this deck, which is wonderful, because what it's indicating this month, I need you to hear this, there is a safe passage. There's a safe passage through this. Yeah, you have to remember that inherently at soul level you are completely free, and wholeness and abundance is that birthright. And so as you feel into the energy around you of the collective, and perhaps there's that churn, that sense of greyness, that melancholy, that slightly depressive, heavy denseness, there's a reminder here that the spiritual and emotional mastery of the King of Cups, the sensitivity that this energy brings to situations, is showing you how you move through this. You can cut right through what appears to be the most dense or impenetrable situations, and that this is a voyage of discovery for each and every one of us. So what we've chosen to go through and experience and witness in the collective is so important in terms of how we come back to ourselves and realize the power we each have individually to both heal, to teach, to manifest. Now, we also have the asteroid goddess energies making a beautiful water trine this month. Juno, Lilith, Vesta and Pallas Athena, all in water signs. This brings a level of sensitivity and empathy, and I think that's important as you recognize where people are, perhaps specifically where one person is for you through the course of this month, Libra. You may feel like there's nothing you can do to help somebody. That's sometimes the hardest thing, isn't it? When you recognize there's no more I can do here. I literally just have to let this play out. I have to allow this person at a soul level to go through what they've elected to, and just try to find some sense of peace, which is easier said than done. But yet these asteroid goddess energies helping us understand our personal expression making us sensitive to situations so we can really understand and discern what's going on is going to be deeply valuable for you, especially with Pallas Athena. Remember, she's helping again with that strategy for you. And Juno, of course, that works in your house, in your 7th house, Libra, and connected into your sign, really supporting you through the course of this month. Now remember, you can find out more about the goddess energies with my report, which is based on your personal natal chart. That is in the comment and the description box underneath. Okay, so let's take a look at the final 3 cards, but we will do the reveal for that in our extended reading. So if you're new to my channel, we talk for another 25 minutes or so and go deeper into this month ahead to share some further insights and messages for you. I am also going to invite you to consider a personal question, Libra, that might not have come up in the main spread. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and put those cards down for you just now. All the decks that I use are listed in the comment and the description box. Okay, let's talk about the 9 of Pentacles. Let's see the messages that want to clarify this, to see the direction we are moving. 4 of Coins coming in here. Something really to protect and take care of coming through. Now these cards are Chakra Tarot. So the borders link into your chakra centers, which is useful because we get to see what energies are being activated and perhaps where you need to put some emphasis or focus if they're not showing up, perhaps to bring through some balance across all of them. Okay, so we've got 8 of Wands coming in with strength. There's that information coming through there. 4 of Cups. 10 of Wands with the Emperor. I know it feels like a lot. I feel like this month there's a huge amount of responsibility that's put on you. And because I have this kind of opening statement of like, did that just happen? I think there's going to have to be some real surprise twist or series of events that I think are meant to also be really clear for you about the way in which you're being guided and protected through this situation. And we've got the Lovers coming up with the King of Cups, so maybe some relationship things unfolding in this regard. Remember what I said, safe passage, despite some of the fears. Each month, guys, I'm doing Sacred Soul Support, guided visualizations. This month, we're talking about your spiritual assignment. Remember, our spiritual assignments can change from season to season. You know, we have a soul contract for the entirety of our lifetime. But right now, your spiritual assignments can be rooted in key themes that have been playing out, specifically in 2022. And so we're going to be doing a journey to explore that. And in our shadow work this month, we're talking about self-ghosting, when we check out and self-sabotage and abandon on, you know, what's going on for us. So be sure to check those out, because I create them to help complement these stories and to give you further emotional and spiritual tools so that you can navigate. Now we are about to pull your oracle cards. This is my own deck, Life Soul Vision Oracle. Thank you so much for ordering. I love to receive your feedback, and it's amazing to see how much you're resonating with the cards. If you want to check out the deck and all the details, it's over on my website. Let's see what card you have. Beautiful. Heart energy, gratitude and growth. We'll dive into that in a little bit more detail. And finally, we're going to look at your energy and spirit card for the month, Libra. Okay, Wisdom of the Magi, mental clarity. Beautiful. One other thing I'm going to be doing this month in our extended is just some cards specifically around love relationships, just covering off whether you're in a committed partnership, marriage, whether you are in something that's a little more complicated, maybe doesn't have a label, situationship, or if you're looking for love and not necessarily romantic, maybe just more joy from the universe. And I will pull some key theme cards for the month of November as well. It's just new, something I'm trying out this month. So listen, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this will be valuable for you. I look forward to connecting with you in the extended if you're joining me there. Otherwise, have a beautiful month ahead, Libra. You take good care.